Night was mighty dark and you could hardly see, 'cause the moon refused to shine. A couple sitting underneath a willow tree, for love they pine. Little maid was kind of afraid of darkness, so she said, "I guess I go." The boy began to sigh. He looked at the sky. He told the moon his little tale of woe. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no love since January, February, June or July. Snow time, tain't no time to stay out and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my baby. I can see why boy should sigh when by his side sits the girl he loves so true. All he gotta say is, won't you be my bride, for I love you. Why should I be telling you the secret when I know that you can guess that the harvest moon will shine on all the while, if the girl would answer yes. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no love since January, February, June or July. Snow time, take no time to stay out and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my baby. Hi fellow pickers, welcome to my lesson on my version of Shine on, Harvest Moon. We're in standard tuning and the capo is into 3rd fret. We start with the intro, which begins out of this E7th chord shape, like a normal E shape, but the pinky as an additional finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. We have alternating bass, and right at the beginning we have one additional note to this E chord, which is this F on the E string. So I bring my finger down and have it as a little bar over 3 strings, and we start, and then I bring the finger in the upright position again, so that we have the open E string. Then we have this A7th with the first finger as an additional note on the first fret of the E string. Release, and now we come to this D7th position, and we play these two strings, A string and D string, and then I play a muted chop over these two or these three strings. Okay, so this is a muted chop. Then I bring my finger to the A, which is the 5th fret of the E string. And bring it back. Okay, I play from the beginning. There's quite some 4-note chords. That means you have to use your ring finger, so thumb, index, middle and ring finger. If you don't want to use your ring fingers, many blues players don't use their ring finger, then you leave the G string notes away and use these fingers on the outer strings, and this would sound like that. Then we have these three approaching notes on the E string, open, 1st fret and 2nd fret, and we come to this G7th with a 9th, with a 13th in it, so it's a G13. Then we put the pinky to the 3rd fret of the E string and have G7th in this moment. Then it's released and we bring the pinky from the 3rd fret of the 1st string to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Normal C chord, F7, and here we play a C chord as a syncopation. That means a little earlier than the bass note, than the first bass note. Then we have this arpeggio with the index finger and a chop. Okay? So from bar number 5, the night was mighty dark, and then we're in the verse. Okay, now the whole intro. 2, 3, 4. In my performances, the next part would be the verses, or one of the verses. Let's first discuss the instrumental though. In the instrumental we start with this A minor chord, and we have two additional notes here, which is the 4th fret of the B string and the 1st fret of the E string. You can either move your first finger from the B string to the E string to get this F note, or just flip the finger a little, and then we play the same melody over an E chord. Okay, in this E chord you actually only need this finger, because you don't play the G string, you don't play the B string, the A string, but I prefer to play out of standard chord shapes whenever it's possible. Okay. Sorry, I played the 3rd fret again. This is just a normal A chord. Now we come to this A minor over an F sharp bass. So this is like an A minor but played with these fingers. So the 3rd on the D string, the pinky on the G string, and the 1st finger on the 2nd string, in order to have the middle finger free for this F sharp note. I'm sorry. And here we have E7th, and then this little bass run here. Okay, that's the first 4 bars. I play from the beginning. 2, 3, 4. First 2 bars. The last note is different from the bar number 2. Here we only have this quarter note, and then we come to the D7th that we know from the intro. Here we have a double alternating bass. I bring my 3rd finger from the A string 5th fret to the E string 5th fret. Okay? And here we have a G7th, this G7th chord, as a syncopation. So from bar number 7. Okay, from bar number 5. 2, 3, 4. And from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. In bar number 9 of this instrumental, I start with this D7th, with the D minor chord, where I use the 3rd finger for the 3rd fret of the B string. Normally I play it with a pinky, but this time I need the pinky for something different. We have alternating bass on D and G string, and because it's not that often that we use the thumb on the G string, I mark these notes with a T for thumb on G string. We have this melody on top of the bass, E string 1 open, 1 open, 1/3. And this last note of this bar is a syncopation on this G13th. Then we have a syncopated C with a double alternating bass. That means I bring my third finger from the A string, 3rd fret, to the E string, 3rd fret. A7th. Now we come to this D7th chord shape, which is the same as a C7th but moved up to the 3rd fret. We have the melody 3rd of the 2nd string, and then open and 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then come back to the 3rd fret of the B string. And then we slide into the same chord again. Same melody, and then we have A7 with this 4th fret of the B string. Then I use the ring finger for this 1st fret on the E string, and this I slide up to the D7th chord. G7th, and then we come to the second part of the instrumental. Now let me play the whole first part of this instrumental. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the second part of this instrumental uses a lot of elements from the intro. So, from bar number 17 to bar number 22, it's just the same as in the intro, with slight rhythmical variations in the first 2 bars, but you could just as well play the same as in the intro. Then we have this run. Okay, and this run begins with these 2 notes, 3rd fret of the A string, 1st fret of the B string, and then we have these 3 notes on the D string, 0, 1 and 2, then we come to the G string, open and 2nd. Last note of this bar is the C that I hold all the time, and then the next bar has 3rd fret bended, 3rd fret released, 3rd fret of the B string, then 1, 2 on the G string and 1 on the B string again. Okay, the whole thing is this. Repeat the whole intro, and this is the instrumental. Let's now play the whole instrumental together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have written down an accompaniment for the verses using a few certain patterns. Although I actually don't think in patterns when I play accompaniments, as long as I'm singing I try to play spontaneously, so it's different every time I play. The first pattern I used here sounds like that, and we use the same chords that we already used in the intro and the solo. The night was mighty dark and you could hardly see. Here we have an extra chord which is an A minor over a G before we come to this A minor over the F. Because the moon refused to shine and so on. It's really mostly the same as we already know. Then from bar number 29 on, we play the same that we played in the instrumental. Excuse me. I ain't had no love since January, February, June or July. Okay, this is the same, and then we start a new pattern. Which sounds like that. It's a little different order. Okay. I always encourage people to play spontaneously as long as they're singing, because they should concentrate on singing and not on guitar playing. In the moment when you're singing, it's really not that important that you exactly play a certain thing, okay? And so I'd like to encourage you to do the same and try to be free and spontaneous. Okay, I hope you found this useful, and as always I thank you for watching and say bye bye, take care.